our meeting to order. We'll just jump right into it. We're really excited at the start of a fabulous school year, and we're anxious to get our meeting going. So I'll go straight to Billy Parker and talk about our awards and recognitions.
All right. So where you've got the Kentucky PTA, they recently hosted their annual convention at Royal Spring Middle School. And as a district, we were really happy to host this event. We've got several of our schools that are PTAs. And the awards that were put out there were for outreach to parents, service to students, and support of our local schools. We're always thankful for the hard work of our parent groups and wanted to bring one specific award to your attention tonight. This award is presented to only one individual statewide, and we are so proud she's a part of Scott County Schools. Amanda Lucas has worked for Scott County Schools for 8 years. She's been a nurse for 12 years and has always worked in pediatrics. She's also a former middle and high school math teacher. Amanda finds school nursing very rewarding. She works to build relationships and love children as she assists with both acute and chronic illnesses. This year, she will serve at Lemons Mill, and I know they are so appreciative to have her there. Ms. Lucas was named Outstanding School Nurse by the Kentucky PTA, and we are thrilled to recognize and thank her for her service she provides to our students. Ms. Lucas, if you would come forward so I can present you with the Scott County Schools Challenge Coin. That's all I got.
All right, well, thank you very much. Number 4, agenda approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, public comment. We have 6 people on our list for this evening, and just let me give a quick little explanation. With that, what we'll do is take a look at how many minutes each person will be speaking over 30 minutes. So we'll give everybody 5 minutes. Mrs. Duncan has her timer out for us, and she'll give you a 4-minute notification so you know that you just got about a minute left. So just so that you know. I do want to let everybody know we're welcome to what you'd like to bring to us and to speak with us about, but we won't be engaging, answering, trying to problem solve at this moment. So we will be hearing you. I just don't want anybody to be frustrated because we didn't have a conversation and solve the problem before you left. So I just want to make sure everybody understands, and you're more than welcome, to come and speak. So, and you just come right up here to the table, right here with the microphone. Mike Davis, if you would please join us. Hi there. You could do whatever you'd like to do. Yeah.
I don't know if I need a microphone or not. Okay. All right. Okay. Good evening, Scott County Board members and Superintendent Mr. Parker. My name is Mike Davis, and I am the new president of the Scott County Education Association. I've served on the executive committee for 4 years now. I wanted to start off the new year by coming and introducing myself and my executive committee tonight. We would first like to thank Mr. Parker and his leadership of Scott County Schools and the path that he has put us on for the future. We believe the partnership with the Board of Education and Mr. Parker has been one of the best things that's happened for our community in a long time. The fact that we have the best school campuses in the state and the first-rate facilities for all of our students is because of you guys. We also wanted to recognize the amazing job you guys have done working with us and Mr. Parker to ensure that our pay is moving in the direction to help recruit and retain the best teachers for our county. Our future is and has been secured for our children thanks to the great work of the board and central office. There's no more important investment that we can make in education than the future. Our schools and our communities need this moving forward. Our great teachers are building the leaders of tomorrow. We must make it a priority to always try to get the best educators to want to come to Scott County. The future for Scott County looks great, and we believe that the partnership working together that we can continue to grow and advance education for our students. The growth of ECS, Great Crossing High School, the brand new Scott County High School, and the multiple new elementary schools that I've saw come in place since I moved to Scott County in 2013 are truly amazing. With the pay raises and investments in our SROs and their school nurses, this ensures the safety and well-being in education for all of our students is second to none. I had a son graduate from Scott County Schools, and I have a grandson starting at the preschool this September. I want to continue to see our school system make strides long into the future and hope to continue the positive work that we as an association have been able to do working with Mr. Parker and the Board of Education. Our association's motto is empowering educators, engaging communities, and inspiring student success. We believe this wholeheartedly. I would like to take a brief moment just to allow our executive committee to introduce themselves, and they're the ones that's going to be working hand in hand with Mr. Parker and you all this year. We want to thank you all so much for this relationship, and we really appreciate it. First is my vice president. Go ahead.
My name is Stephanie.
My secretary is. My treasurer is. And our social media coordinator is.
I'm Madison Sharp.
Once again, we want to thank you so much, and we hope that our relationship will grow stronger for the betterment of all of our students in Scott County. Thank you all.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it. And please forgive me on a couple of the last names here, so that I'll be calling.
Absolutely. Stephanie Chansam is our vice president.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Our treasurer is Madeline Todd. Our secretary is Krista Kelly, and our social media coordinator is Maddie Sharp.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
very
much.
Yes, thank you all.
Thank you. Allison Catrone. Good evening.
Hello.
So thank you for your time and consideration. My name is Allison Catron. I live in Derby Estates and have lived there for 23 years. My objective in presenting to you this evening is to point out a serious traffic issue and provide a general overview of the same as I personally see it. I will not take much of your time because there are others here tonight who also would like to share their thoughts and concerns about this and other issues. As you may be aware, there seems to be some issues with traffic coming from the new high school onto Long Lick Pike. Based on my observations and experiences, it is my opinion that this intersection will quickly become a hotspot for accidents if left as is. For your information, here's a glimpse into what I see occurring. Left turns out of the Long Lick exit when clearly marked right turn only, concrete curb, and a wooden barricade. This occurs at all times, morning, afternoon, and evening. There seems to be some contention among folks as to actually who is committing these left turns. However, I've seen both student and adult drivers making turns onto Long Lick from that exit. Right turns out of the exit but making U-turns 30 yards down Long Lick to avoid a roundabout. That's self-explanatory. Coming straight across Long Lick from the exit into the front entrance of Derby Estates to make their U-turn in order to turn right onto Long Lick, again to avoid the roundabout. That's self-explanatory as well. A video recently taken by a resident of Derby Estates demonstrates at a glance what is going on at this intersection. If I'm not mistaken, this video was taken in the afternoon when traffic from that area is the worst. This video was shared with Mayor Bernie Jenkins, and it is my hope that you have had the opportunity to view it or that you can view it at some point very soon. There was more than one close call in that very short video, and several of us in Derby have witnessed or have been involved in close calls already. It is a great effort, but the sign, concrete curb, and wooden barrier do nothing to deter people from making left turns onto Long Lick. With this type of activity happening on the daily, I can only imagine what this area and this intersection is going to be like during football games, since the stadium is closer to the Long Lick side of the property. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Long Lick and some areas of Derby became extended parking lots during these events. I hope the board is working with GPD and SCSO to make sure these events are covered, patrolled, and controlled, especially when it comes to the traffic. kudos to both Georgetown and Scott County Sheriff's Office. They do a great job, but quite frankly, unless they're specifically assigned to that post, they typically have more serious issues to deal with. They can't sit there and babysit that intersection all day, 24/7. They don't have the resources, and basically, there's no way this traffic can be effectively monitored at all times, unless the school board or Scott County High School want to post someone there, especially during peak morning and afternoon hours. Something should be done before laziness and blatant disregard for the law gets someone seriously hurt or worse. That is a horrible intersection. Poor planning, everything. So, I'm interested in hearing from the board regarding their participation in a collaborative effort with the City of Georgetown, the State of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, to come up with viable solutions that not only allow effective and efficient traffic into and out of the school, but also allow safe passage for everyone through this area. The bottom line is this: if people think they can get away with turning left instead of going to the roundabout, they're going to do it. They're not going to follow the posted traffic sign to turn right because they consider it an inconvenience and an impingement on their time. Personally, and all of this is my observation and my concerns, my feelings, I'd love to see the Long Lake exit from the high school shut down. However, it appears there may not be enough entrances and exits on the property to effectively handle the large volumes of traffic that occur, both on the daily and for special events. Great Crossing High School has several entrances, and it appears that Scott County High School only has 2. So, I thank you for your time. I appreciate you hearing my personal concerns, and I reiterate, it is my hope that you as a board are willing to work together with other agencies to implement solutions that work for everyone involved. We've met with the traffic committee earlier this week, and they say it's a Board of Education problem. So, but the Long Lick is a state road, where it's in the city, and the school board is involved as well. All 3 of you need to get together and need to come up with a solution to make this right, because it is not working.
Thank you. Thank you.
Frank Young.
Good evening.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for allowing us time to get together. You don't know how many times I sit and talk to people during the day and they don't listen to me. And you guys are my captive audience, right? And that's great. So, so I just want to speak to the risk that that intersection involves, right? And so I'm a safety guy, right? Do safety. I've done safety for the last 10 years. And I went and did my own little analysis of it. And what you look at frequency, right? And then you look at severity, right? That road that intersects right there at that intersection is 55 miles an hour, right? 55 miles an hour. Somebody does a left-hand turn in front of somebody doing 55 miles an hour. My risk assessment says it's going to be a casualty. It's going to be a fatality or multiple fatalities. And we're talking about it in the pre-context right now. But what about when we sit down and we talk about it after somebody has already been killed? What does that conversation look like? It's a sad conversation. It's going to be and more than likely, it's going to be somebody from the school, because they're going to get T-boned. Right? I realized that there was a lot of money spent putting that in there, and having, planning and access for the amount of traffic that goes in and out of there. But I think there is a reasonable solution that we can come together with to find something that works for you and for Derby, for us. right? We are a community, and we can work together to solve this, right? Just before this, coming out of Derby, there was a single lane, and we all fought each other getting out of there. And then they said, hey, let's put in 2 lanes. Right? And I was opposed to that because it was a safety concern, because now you've got 2 people up blocking each other's view of the road. Right? I didn't think it was a smart thing, and people continually jump out in the road not seeing. There's a lot of blind spots in that intersection. So you get left-hand turning and people not seeing each other. Man, this just elevates to a level that where something's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. I don't know what the answer is. There's a lot smarter people that know that, but I am willing to sit in and help for whatever it takes to rectify the situation. And we can't cause another problem just by making a solution, right? We can't make a solution over here and cause another problem over here. That means your solution is ineffective, right? Those are really all the things that I have to say. But I mean, if you guys are more than welcome to call me at any time. I'll sit and talk with you
Thank you.
about whatever we can do. Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
We appreciate you coming this evening. Judy Gears.
Everybody's
Good evening, Superintendent Parker, Spricker, board members. Thank you all so much for allowing us to come in. We appreciate it. My name is Judy Gears, and I'm a 33-year resident of Scott County, 21-plus-year resident of Derby Estates, and a mom of a Scott County High School graduate and football player. Go Cards. We appreciate you guys again. Yeah, there you go. Again, we appreciate y'all letting us to come and share our concerns with you regarding the Long Lake Pike entrance. We understand that you all have been briefed on the matter, and we appreciate the opportunity to share in-depth and specific details to give you a better understanding of the extreme nature of this safety issue. Let us be crystal clear. This is not a matter of traffic convenience, okay? This is absolutely about a dire safety issue for all the people traveling this area. In addition, we would like to request that our noted questions and suggestions be answered and considered in the appropriate manner according to the board's policies and procedures following tonight's meeting. Your follow-up to us with us is greatly appreciated. The residents of our neighborhood have had front row seats and firsthand knowledge of the innumerable close call collisions and road rage incidents as a result of exiting drivers from the school blatantly ignoring the posted right turn only sign. Therefore, we would like to request that you all enforce 100% compliance at all times. Easy enough, right? No, seriously. I assure you, we don't expect that. Our requests are not formidable, and we are committed and eager and willing and happy to work with and support you in achieving a responsible, safe, and successful resolution for the entire community. Our goal this evening is to ask you to elevate this matter to the highest level of priority and commit to achieving a resolution that remediates in totality the current egress process to restore and ensure the safety of all students, staff, and community travelers. The drivers traveling this area encompasses 9 schools, several factories and businesses, including Toyota, various neighborhoods, and commuters that now utilize the fully completed bypass. Considering those factors, this matter does not only have a potentially tragic impact on the students, parents, and staff of Scott County High School or the residents of Derby Estates, but all those who travel back and forth to those 9 schools, various businesses, and neighborhoods. You may be aware, as Allison had mentioned, that we were told at the recent Traffic Committee meeting that jurisdiction of this matter lies with the school board. I believe the description of the board's decisions and control was godlike. It was brought to our attention today that the State Highway Department was directly involved, if not responsible, for moving the originally planned entrance away from the roundabout. good old roundabout. We all love it, right? We're encouraged that you are more aware of what entities are involved now that we have that information. We would like to also thank and acknowledge Superintendent Parker for camping on the school roof to observe this issue. However, we would like to request to get the full scope of the situation, you'll need to climb up there in the evening and on the weekends. That said, one of our questions is that we were previously informed during the early construction phase that this particular entrance was going to be a service entrance only. Apparently, that process was recently changed. We would like to understand the reason for that change, which is the foundation that created the current safety issue. We would like to request that the board review that decision in light of the safety factor created and consider returning the use of that road, or at least the exit lane, to service only. The entrance itself is not a factor, only the exiting issue. We're comfortable in knowing that with the impending assignment of the SRO, the exiting buses and drivers during the dismissal timeframe will alleviate the illegal left turns and U-turns, in turn alleviate the safety issue during that time. In that capacity, there still will be a need to disable the exit after school hours and on the weekends in the absence of law enforcement. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. The majority of incidents and close call collisions have been outside of school hours and have resulted in the ticketing of drivers by our police officers. We thank the Georgetown Police for their service. We are grateful for our officers, but we understand they have no time to completely manage this entrance. With regard to tonight's agenda number 14, approved change order ASI number 17 to raise the concrete median at the Long Lick Pike entrance. Without details, we can only assume by that description that means the median existing will be raised with concrete. We respectfully request that you re-review this change order with consideration of the additional facts we've presented to you.
Excuse me, it is 5 minutes. Are you about done?
I
Are you
am,
just
I'm
about done?
almost, if I,
Okay,
yeah.
just another minute.
Thank you so much.
Real quick.
Raising the existing barrier does not alleviate the current issue because people will continue to turn left and then will swing out wider and make the U-turn. Again, please know we're eager and willing and happy to support and commit to you all to work with you to help resolve this issue. This is an impending tragedy, and we certainly don't want to see that. We know you all don't want to see that. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time and your
Thank
help.
you.
Thanks.
I'm sorry for the time constraints.
No, it's fine, perfectly fine.
Thank you. Jacob Bender. Good evening.
Good evening. So another one with Derby. Sorry to keep beating a dead horse, but if it comes down to my kid's life or death, then this is what's going to happen. So if I have to come in here every month, I guess we'll come in every month. Because here in the last couple of days, my wife has almost been hit twice trying to turn into our neighborhood with 4 kids in a minivan. Is that acceptable by any means? Kids coming out of there. We had one stop in front of her minivan, roll his window down, and threaten to beat her ASS coming out of the high school. A teenage kid leaving high school is threatening to whoop my wife in front of our 4 kids. You guys, that just blows my mind. Another thing, I do commercial concrete for a living. It's in here to raise the concrete. Well, unless you put a 6-inch concrete curb to make it so it's just wide enough for a car to go through and push it about a quarter mile down the road, it's not going to work. Because they just swing right and they hit the emergency little side off and they swing around the concrete curb that's already there so that they don't go over top of it. I don't know if you guys have seen the roundabout. They drive right over top of it. They don't care. It's not their cars. Their parents more than likely paid for it. I don't care who's paid for it. They're beating them up and they're running over it. They're going around it. They're whipping U-turns in front of people. It's getting to be crazy. And then on top of it, the ones that aren't, they're shooting straight across and they're running about 40 or 50 miles an hour down the neighborhood, turning left, making a loop, avoiding all stop signs, and about running people over. We've had 2 close call incidents in our neighborhood in the last 3 weeks. So that's that. Taxes. You guys are in here to raise our taxes again. But we're raising taxes, and for what? We can't even get our welfare and our safety to be all right leaving a high school. It's crazy. I guess it's just going to pay for the lawsuit when one of the kids or teachers come out of there and takes a left and hits somebody. Glad that's where my money's going. We haven't even got to the preschool starting yet. When the preschool starts, it's right there. It's right beside it. We don't even have a school zone through there. Why is it still 55? We have 2 schools within a quarter mile of each other. Can we not put it to 25 or 35 miles an hour? I mean, I thought that's a simple ask. I graduated Scott County High School in 2013. I have 2 kids in Scott County schools right now. Both of them go to Western. And it's getting to be where I don't even feel safe leaving my neighborhood at any point in the day. When school's letting out, it's awesome because you got somebody standing there or everybody's looking at each other and there's too much traffic because Toyota's going through there. You can't make a left-hand turn. But as soon as 5 o'clock hits and no one's there and everybody's leaving football practice or leaving their practices, no one makes a right-hand turn. Out of 15 cars the other night, 1 car turned right. And we just sit there and have to look at it because they don't even stop at the stop sign. They just roll through it and take a left-hand turn and don't care. They don't see either direction of what's coming. They don't look across the street. It is their highway now. And I'm glad that that's what it is. But that's enough of my rant, so I'll let you guys try to figure out what's going on. But if we want ideas on concrete, give me a call. I'll tell you how to do it. I'm pouring concrete at Miami, Ohio University right now. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily Beadle? Good evening.
Well, I'm Emily. I'm a parent at Southern Elementary. I'm here for a little bit of different reason than others, but I am just here to have a voice and feel acknowledged and heard as a parent at Southern. And I'm pretty desperate for answers and clarity or a conversation regarding some things that have been unfolding for consecutive years at my child's elementary school. And I just don't know how else to reach out to get the ball rolling. And so here I am. First, I really want consistency for our students. Admin has been rolling in and out of our school, and so have staff. It's not new. That's not new. This has been ongoing, and it's hard for our children. It's hard for the parents, and it's hard for the teachers, and the teachers that choose to stay. So I wish that there was more clear communication when decisions are being made to move admin or when principals choose to leave. Senior employees, our Family Resource Center coordinator went to a new school, and that's fabulous, and those things are okay. Change happens. But when the rest of the student body is left walking in schools on the first day, not knowing where anybody is, it's alarming and it's heartbreaking to witness because their little lives are, majority of them, it's inconsistent anyway. So familiar faces are very important, and parents don't know, and we kind of hope that our Scott County schools will announce those things, and when they don't, it seems like there's a reason or there's something sinister happening behind the curtains, and that's not always true. I really like facts, and I like open communication, and I like clarity. I also like follow through, and that kind of goes with the consistency thing. Our teachers that chose to stay at our school, not all of them, but a lot of them were very passionate about a program we implemented at Southern last year. We were a pilot school for Ron Clark Academy, the RCA program, and it was really changing for those students. So not only to come back to no familiar faces, but now we've come back to not doing something that they actually liked. They were excited about not just their education, but something that built them up, character development. And it was the staff being under the impression that they chose to return because they were told they could implement that training that they went to, and something they were very passionate about and excited for in their teaching journey. Not, you know, and then to become and then told, no. So my next thing is transparency of funds. A big thing one of our teachers was very passionate about. Obviously, the RCA program, it comes with, if you look it up, it's the coat ceremony. Toyota was very generous and enthusiastic about that, and I know that there was a significant donation that was made on their behalf to that particular mission. And so in my mind, that's a restricted donation. I tried to find it in the meeting minutes from the last few board meetings. Maybe I overlooked it. Again, I'm just looking for a conversation and clarity. But now that we're not doing that, how are those funds going to be used for my child, our students? I mean, that's a vision and a donation that I just maybe don't understand how it can be utilized now if they specifically donated for a purpose. While I may understand that it could be considered a local level issue, I do not think that is a local level issue. I feel like if someone was instructed that they could continue a certain type of curriculum, that should be followed through by someone coming in and training new people, new administration, or holding their hand while we all get to working together. I also want equality for Southern. I feel like our kids kind of don't get the same light shined on them.
You're okay. You're good.
So to have this be one more thing, and then to see all the other schools now doing it, it really bums me out. You know, my older kid now, he's going to GMS, and they're doing it, and I love it. It's an incredible program. So it breaks my heart for my teachers, because that's something that they were really into, and they felt that they were supported by the board to do, and they went to the trainings, and they're brilliant, and they have it all, and that's just, I'll leave it there.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes all of our public comments at this time. I want to thank everybody for coming. These are issues that we do not take lightly, and we will continue to have discussions on. So I'd like to
Do you mind if I jump in and say a few things?
clarify.
Yeah, sure.
Concrete,
So,
please. Thank
you
you.
know, Ms. Beadle came, and she neglected to mention that she works at Southern Elementary as well, so she's pretty connected there. You know, and she spoke about facts, and, you know, one of the things for me that I think is important is, you know, we talk about, you know, Scott County Schools announcing people's plans in life. We've never done that. That's never been something we do. It's just so I don't believe that that's something that's necessarily inconsistent with Southern or anywhere else. And then in terms to, you know, we are fortunate. We've got a lot of local partners in our community, and you know, when local partners, you know, when they're like, hey, we've got some money we want to provide towards something, you know, sometimes with regard to a particular partner that I can think of, you know, we're engaging in a grant situation with them. So when they say they want it ran through as a grant and not as a donation, it's not going to show up as a donation. So there's things that, again, I think are there's a little more information I think that's out there and that will be coming. So just wanted to touch on that really briefly before I talked a little bit about the other issue. So I do want to say to our friends from Derby, it is times like these that I'm very thankful to be a part of Scott County. I am. You know, living and working here, because what I'm hearing from those that are speaking on this topic are that they're concerned about the safety of their neighbors and they're concerned about the safety of our students. And so knowing that, that tells me that we're all coming to this situation from the same place, from a good place. You know, if Josh, if you could put that graphic up there, I'm going to talk through a few things because, you know, I appreciated Mr. Young's comments that, you know, we are, again, we're just, we're trying to make the best of all of these situations. And this is just kind of an overall graphic of the new Scott County High School property. One thing that was mentioned was Great Crossing High School has 5 entrances. With regard to entrances, we don't get to just say, hey, we want however many entrances, and we're granted those. We were permitted, again, this is a state road, so we got state roads on both sides. Both McClellan Circle and Long Lick Pike are state roads. So with that, we were permitted 1 entrance off of McClellan Circle, and we were permitted 1 entrance off of Long Lick Pike. Now, a caveat that was brought up with regard to Long Lick Pike, previously, that right there used to be the existing farm entrance. And when we initially started conversations about this site, it was our hope that we would be able to keep that as the entrance off of that location. I'm not as privy as maybe Mr. Young or some other people that I know that there are rules tied to roundabouts. And so with that, we were not permitted to keep that entrance. So there are things that have gone into this in terms of egress that we have had to just deal with. For me, you know, if you ask me, I would have loved to have had a primary entrance with a light we could control. Lights are like, I mean, somebody mentioned something about godlike power. If you can get a light anywhere in the state of Kentucky, you've got that power. It's a challenge. Now, so with that piece, you know, the whole thought with everything came with, okay, how am I going to get, knowing that I do have several buses and students that need to go this way and ultimately this way, how am I going to get them there? I don't want anybody, if I could help it, turning left across here, because when we talk about 55 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour isn't just here, it's right here as well. So that's a concern for me there as well. And I would also say we took strides to try and relocate this entrance to a position that we felt might be safer, but that was not accepted by those that we submitted that to. So what we've got is 2 entrances, and we were given this as our option for the entrance here. Now, or
Entrance and
exit,
exit,
egress,
yes.
yes.
It's always been that way.
So with our buses, for me, I mean, again, we're coming to this from a safety mind point. For my buses, the buses come out, they come here, they turn right, go to the roundabout, they circle the roundabout, and then they are able to turn on and go off to the east, to the down towards town or towards the interstate. Without that entrance, I have no way to get buses off site to be able to turn left. So I hear what's being said, and again, but some of what I think we're after, I'm not sure those would be viable solutions. Now, I'm not saying there's not viable solutions out there. I do want to share for anybody who, as you're thinking through this and you're thinking about traffic lights, the formulas that go into that, they look at that over the course of an entire day. They don't look at it over the course of high traffic periods. So there's no way we would ever qualify for a traffic light at this site, knowing that we didn't qualify for one when we had the Scott Middle and Scott County High School and Phoenix traffic over at the Cardinal Drive coming off of Long Lick. So there's challenges that we're up against that we're just trying to make work. Let's see, I'm trying to think of all the things I wanted to just kind of share with you all. Yes, so there was some talk about the change order there. The right-hand turn, making that entrance exit, I guess making that exit, making it a right-hand turn only, that was a decision, I'll squarely put that on us. That was a decision made by Scott County Schools in an effort to try and be good partners and good neighbors to our friends across the street. Again, with everything, certainly as things, application doesn't always work out, but that was where that came from. We were not required to put in a right-hand turn, but when we came to the table to get the right-hand turn piece worked out, we went through numerous revisions with the state on what they would allow us to put since we are in the right-of-way there. And so that is what we have arrived at. So what's on the agenda is what we have. It's not beyond what is already there, just to be clear, because that was brought up, and I just wanted to kind of throw that out there to you. You know, we've got officers at the secondary entrance at arrival and dismissal. That's planning to stay. Right now, I appreciate our Scott County Sheriff's Office. They're covering that while we're down a school resource officer until we get that position filled. But that's our intentions, to have an officer at that entrance for arrival and dismissal every day. I have witnessed that that intersection at both arrivals and dismissals, and with an officer there, we're not seeing the things that, I'm not saying they're not happening, but I know during those time frames with someone there, we're not seeing those. We've encouraged the enforcement of this by law enforcement, and they've been working with us, and I know they've been out there and ticketing. And we're continuing to make sure that we're communicating to our school community, to our students, to our athletes, to our coaches, to our staff, to make sure that they understand the importance of following what we've got. Coming up, I know we do have signage coming for both roads that will designate the school zone. I believe there should be a change in speed designated for school time periods. I cannot, I'm not sure where we are in terms of the flashing lights. We're not sure if we're getting flashing lights at both entrances or not, but that's something that we are certainly pushing for. You know, I do, again, I appreciate everybody for coming, and certainly we will continue to work through this to make this a viable option for both parties, for both school systems.
All right, thank you, Billy, for a few explanations, just to give you a little bit of information. I do have on this sheet, I have phone numbers, but I don't have emails on them. Corinda, I don't know if anybody wants to add them on, if you could keep this for me and then make sure we have them. I do want to let the group know as well, we didn't get a video. I didn't get a video. Did anybody get a video?
I didn't receive a video.
Okay.
Yeah,
But we don't
our
have it.
emails are on the district website. You're welcome to email
Yeah.
us that information.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, we haven't received anything,
No.
so,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. We don't have
I
it.
haven't received anything.
So, in
that doesn't
fairness,
mean he's not going to. That
I will
doesn't mean
say
he's
real
not
quick,
going
in
to.
fairness to the mayor, and I'd shared this with a few other people that had talked. He and I, we played phone tag. This is the first full week of school, so we haven't had an opportunity to share all the details that you all may have shared with their office.
And like I said, I just give Corinda that sign up sheet back, and if you'd like to add your email next to your line item, I can, we'll be in touch, okay? All right, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Number 6, consent agenda items A through H.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, levy the 2025 motor vehicle and watercraft property tax rate.
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, taxation of recreational and non-commercial aircraft and non-commercial out-of-state or Coast Guard registered watercraft.
I so move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, levy the real estate and tangible property tax rates for school year 2024-2025. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, construction report. Good evening, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Glad to be here. Well, good evening, everyone, and school's in session. So usually I'd breeze right through these, but I have to take a moment on this picture because, you know, the two high schools in Scott County, you know, really a big time vision of the board and the administration. So it's really your all's vision that's come to fruition now. And when you get to the point where something is finally complete, you know, it really kind of brings it all together, just the details, and there it is. This is for you, Scott County. So you all did a great job with your vision, and I think it's, you know, a beautiful school you've got there. So there's a couple of different shots of the front, now much more finished, much more appealing. So now you walk in the front door, and of course the plaque's up, school's open. There's all the, of course, the board members that have been involved. There's the front vestibule, of course, the security vestibule. Even if you get through that door, you're still locked in there. Attendants on the left. The nice people welcoming you at the front desk area, now all cleaned up and polished up and finished up, and occupied. So then you step out into the lobby. Of course, that's the main lobby area. All the trophies on the right. Let's see, I should back up there because there's a bunch of trophies on the right, and that's one good thing about it. Move further down, and of course, there's the stairwell on the left. That's with the glass there blocked off from the lobby area. You step into the gym. It's like, wow.
She's a beaut, Clark.
So yeah, it's.
Y'all laughing at me?
Sorry.
The stairwell, in the future, I'm going to have to put this next to the rendering because, you know, early on we had some renderings of this, and it's pretty darn close. So another view of all the glass and the skylight and the stairwell, and evidently all the kids are, Ms. Gabehart said, they're all coming to here instead of the ones at the end, just because I guess it's a cooler place, I guess.
Well, it's the see and be seen, I'm sure.
That's right. That's right. Be seen in the cool place. And just the open areas, you know, a finished area with some accent colors, lots of vision, just a typical corridor all cleaned up and ready to go now, full of kids. Auditorium, well, not quite yet, but you can see what it's going to be. And of course, they got the chairs in, they've got the acoustical panels in, just some polish on the page, and they were putting on the stage, and they were putting some carpet in as I was in there. So contractor says a week, I say a month. So come back out, walk towards the cafeteria. You're still in the main lobby area. Step into the cafeteria, more accent colors and terrazzo and light. And of course, this serves as the storm shelter as well, but you wouldn't really know it. But work your way back around and come upstairs. This is standing in front of the media center back out, looking back out at the lobby. This is inside the library. I know board members were in there helping the other day. And it is shelves, and you can see I got a close-up of that red quartz there, that cardinal red quartz. It's something else there, and it is more, and they owe us some shelves and casework still underneath there, and that's why you see the wood there. And you know, this is guidance area, more administration. Just it's great to see all these this casework finished up. Couldn't get in a lot of this is just yesterday, and can't get in the instructional areas. So that's actually through the the narrow glass window door there into the band room. But good to see band going strong. Then just to hop back outside and wow, what a shot! And just you're all, you know, putting Coach Billy Hicks' name up there. I thought was just a great idea, and it's turned out to be a great image there. So that was it for the high school. If we go to the athletic field, this is actually a drone shot from last month, just to kind of show the field house and the football field and the soccer field and its relationship again. Of course, that's in the grandstands looking back at the field house. Of course, now 99% complete. Again, another plaque for the athletic complex. Several board members involved there. A view looking down onto the practice field. The 2 overhead doors go out to the football field. The locker room, the only thing I can't show you here is it already smells like a locker room. It didn't take long. So, but a good place for them. So if we go back to the A-frame there, you can see the big elevators painted red there now, and you can see the track and the seats and the press box, and that's just a little bit closer look up in the stands. You go over to the football side, you can see the press box and the handicap seating, concessions underneath, all the concrete in now. Just a view of the good track lines and soccer field, view of the football field. Here, there's a big game coming up a week from tomorrow. I might have to come and see that one. Just another shot of the field and the press box. If we go up to the baseball softball field, this is the entry area. That's the back of the grandstands on either side. There'll also be some concessions there. Baseball field with the grass growing good. Look over in the softball field. You can see the skinned area with the grass going in the outfield there. Good view of the seats there and the press box up above. And just an aerial shot of the football field there to end the athletic portion of this construction report. Any questions on the high school or the athletic? So, of course, I'll still have more to bring and report, but congratulations to you all, really. Just
Are we getting seeding, or did you blow in grass on what we're now calling Molehill
it's there.
as opposed to Mount Cardinal?
Yeah, they've got the seeds in now.
Did they spray it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well,
When was
did they?
that?
Well, they talked about spraying it. It's whatever it is down now.
It
I
is?
don't know if it was sprayed or not.
Okay.
Yes,
I was just out there a couple days ago. I was just wondering if we seeded and we're ready to go.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
all the hay's down
Okay.
on top of the mini Mount Cardinal now.
Okay. With
yeah.
seed under it. With seed under
It's
it.
there's supposed to be seed under it, but I'm actually, if you've touched on one, I'm a little disappointed with the grass, and
It's been a very, very hot summer.
it has.
Yeah, we got some rain last week, and I think that's been the most we've gotten all year.
Right. So that has been difficult for them to be able to grow the grass, but it's something that we're going to follow through on and make sure that they get stands of grass. Now, when they put the sod down, of course, sod's very expensive up around the school.
Right. But we can't do that.
Yeah, well, it would be just so expensive. So I just had a graphic there of the site as well. So any other questions on the high school? Then I'll go into Garth, and it speaks for itself. I think I said it last time. Beautiful building, and the windows just make it pop. It's like a new paint job or something. Of course, there's been some mason repair done as well. So the mason repair and the lintels painted and the new windows is just wow. And look at that.
I'm excited to see our energy report, Mr. Wells, DT Wells, in a couple months on this building, because it's got to be fabulous after the new windows.
Yes, insulated windows now. So again, not just much more to say than what the pictures say. Just
I think several people were underestimating. We anticipated and started seeing the difference that it made from the outside, but I think the difference it makes on the inside is phenomenal.
Oh, it's
The
gotta
light
be.
coming
It's
in
gotta
is
be.
beautiful.
Natural light, 'cause you don't-
Yeah.
Because that upper piece had that kind of film that kind of prevented anything coming through, and the nature in which you've got a lot more natural light.
Well, the property value probably went up around this facility now. So, and there's just a great shot right there. And it also, I think, enhances just how really beautiful of a building it was to begin with. So just fantastic. Any questions on Garth? They do have one of the things they're missing right now is they haven't put the shades in yet, but they will have shades so that they
Are
can
they doing
block.
the roll down, or
Yes.
are they actually blinds? They're just the roll downs?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll be in shortly?
yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm sorry, the 96 school, obviously. The front door's in, so it's secure. They've still got a little bit of work to do right there. I mean, it's almost done. But of course, the building's still secure, and they still have to call in and a buzzer let them in the door. But that's where the attendance clerk will sit, hopefully within a few days. And of course, terrazzo everywhere now, and cardinal mats as well. But that's the front lobby. You just go through the hallways, and you can see it's been some touch-up paint done, and the terrazzo everywhere. It really looks great. A lot of comments from them, and of course, some of the library work. They're finishing up some things in there, but the new carpet and the restrooms, don't like to usually show a lot of pictures of restrooms, but in this case, it was one of the big programmatic requirements for this project was to really get in there and make the restrooms look nicer. You can see the vanities on the left, the nice big tiles on the floor, the paint, the new white ceilings and light fixtures. So I was impressed.
That was much needed.
So you can see all the different restrooms here. And this is the one that's right behind what was the front attendance clerk there. And I don't know if you remember that wall, but it was about to fall in. But it just almost looks like you're in a performance studio or something. Or like if you're going to a performing arts center and you went to the restroom there, something really high style. So nice stuff. And just a little detail, we did all the scuppers on the outside of the building, so there was a little bit of detail maintenance work as well, and there's a close-up of that. And paving, of course, I touched on this last time, it was wet and raining, but Dwayne reminded me that I left out the road that is all the way in the back there, and it's almost like, because it used to be just gravel, and it's extended now from the parking lot behind the high school all the way to the parking lot behind the middle school. It's like a nice little country road driving back through there. So it's just, well done. So, and then I come all the way around to you can see the field house there, and the bleachers are going in. So that's good progress there as well.
What's the new capacity for seating? I forget, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I knew, but what's the new capacity for seating there now? At that
Well,
house?
and that's a good question. You all are direct purchasing those. That looks like about 1,000. Yeah, almost 1,000, I think, but 700 or 800 sounds about right.
On this-
750.
Okay,
Scott County Middle School field? That,
Uh-huh.
it seats that many? That's
it's
cool.
going to. Could you let us know? Just send us a
Yes,
email or
yes, I
something?
certainly can.
Okay.
I certainly
Hey,
can.
guys, I'd like to jump in real quick. There's lots of mini conversations going on here, and it's almost to the point where I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing, so please just, allow Tony to finish his report. I would greatly appreciate it.
And with that said, I just came back to that image again so that we could leave it up there.
Okay.
Any questions on the 96 project? Thank you all.
Thank
Tony.
you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to business again. Number 11, approve change order PR-04 for 1996 Scott County High School renovation.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those approve? I'm sorry.
We got opposed, we got you.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's try this again. Number 12, approve change order PR-12 for new Scott County High School.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries, sorry. Number 13, approve change order number 06 for Scott County High School Athletic Complex.
Move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 14, approve change order ASI number 17 for Scott County High School raised concrete medium at Long Lick Pike entrance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 15, accept and award bid to install theater seating for film room at Scott County High School.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 16, accept and award bid to upgrade, renovate sound system at Elkhorn Crossing School lab spaces A, B, and C.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Number 17, Student Achievement Report. Good evening, everybody. We have enough chairs? Okay. Thought I saw a third person.
No, I got you.
Hi, we're going to go ahead tonight for the first student achievement report of the school year and talk about ACT, AP, and dual credit. All right, so on our first slide here, this is the ACT data from all students 9th through 12th grade who took an ACT in 23-24. And you can see the overall averages for all of our content areas and the composite of 19.6. On our next slide, these are the juniors only who took the state-administered spring test in March. This is 5-year data, and we are showing you the comparison between the state and Scott County schools. And
So-
if,
I'm sorry, to back up. So the first slide, the 19.6 is not just juniors, it's
that's
everybody. that
every
took it.
kid who would have taken an
Senior,
ACT, ninth through
Sophomore,
12th.
anybody. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Whether they took it on their own.
Yeah,
just whoever.
right,
Okay,
even if
got
they
anything.
took it on their
Okay,
own.
okay.
We
So-
wanted to give a picture of what it would look like. Multiple test kids who took it and then decided they want to try it again,
Sure,
and what that would look like, and then look at what the junior scores.
I see.
So this slide is just the juniors, and it's just that March test.
I see, okay.
Okay, so the 5-year data, and as you can see, our students are performing above the state average. This slide breaks it down by subject. Again, we did the comparison with the state and the district. And the last 2 years, we have stayed above state average in every single content area and with the composite.
So as you guys know, last year we implemented Horizon Education, and that is that ACT practice test that students take, but it's also a diagnostic test. So as students are practicing ACT-like questions, teachers are also getting information about their strengths and their areas of improvement. So in the winter, when I look at Horizon data, we can see what the composite would have been if students had taken the ACT on that date and their subject averages. But when the teachers were able to give that diagnostic, see the skills and deficits that students had, and were able to provide that targeted instruction, then in turn, in the spring, we were able to increase our scores across the board. So we do offer assessment support for teachers, and one of the things that we're most excited about at the high school level is a newly created secondary assessment committee. So we wanted to get our high schools together and to create this collaborative space for them to talk about assessment and to generate a new, effective, efficient assessment plan that would be meaningful for both students and for our teachers. So within this space, we're able to discuss all assessment issues stemming from ACT or beyond. We also offer assessment support for our students. And so we always have instructional strategies to support our students, but specifically for ACT, we do have timed passage question activities, assessment questions to mimic ACT bell ringer. But one of the things that is most interesting is this new ACT Modern Classroom project that a teacher at ECS has started. So this teacher is on the Secondary Assessment Committee. Her name's Emily Sandbrook, and she created this flipped classroom of sorts where students were able to practice their English component of ACT. And she saw such great success with that with her kids that she is now creating a reading modern classroom project. And so one of the things we want to do right away is get her in front of our secondary assessment committee and let her share this so that other teachers at the other high schools can also benefit from that project. Through that committee, we had made a plan where juniors will take the Horizon implementation in the fall and in the winter, and sophomores will take that assessment at least once within the year as an introduction to the ACT. Then the teachers are then able to use the data that they get from that diagnostic and set goals, give targeted instruction to help support our students. Schools also have motivational strategies in place, and of course, we offer additional free resources like boot camps, test prep tutoring, etc.
So there are some changes coming to the ACT starting in April of 2025. That means that the March test will still be the same. So these will be in effect after we take that spring March exam. But beginning in April 2025, you can see that there will be a reduced number of questions. The test time is going to be reduced 1 hour and 10 minutes. That gives students more time per question. The math questions, instead of having 5 answer choices, will be reduced to 4. And now students can choose to take the ACT with or without science, just like they do with the writing piece of ACT currently.
But not the March. I mean,
Not-
moving
The
forward,
way
the
we
state
understand
is
it,
going to
March is
mandate.
still going to be the same.
Well, I know the next
this
one, but I
year.
mean, moving forward, has the state let us know if they're going to require the science piece or not?
They have not said
No,
yet.
they have not let us
Okay.
know that.
So the next portion we're going to discuss is advanced placement. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So why would
So what ACT is trying to do is make the the experience more flexible and also more suited to a student's capabilities and potential for the future. So if a student doesn't feel like they need a science score to get into a particular college or a particular program at the college, they do not have to take the science test.
positive? If I took it with science, without science,
It's going to be just a combination of the
Yeah.
pieces you took.
okay.
So I guess that becomes a function of what a school requires, because there for a while with the writing piece, some colleges and universities wanted the ACT plus writing, some didn't care, so that gave students the choice. I assume it's going to operate the same way, that universities and colleges will be the one dictating that. I don't know. I can't believe that they're going to dumb it down like that. I don't understand what's to be gained. I mean, it's bizarre to me, but whatever.
Okay, so for advanced placement, this is a breakdown of the number of students that were tested. We had 417 students in 2024 that tested. We had 531 exams. The average score was 2.9, and the percentage of exams with a score of 3 or higher was 60%. So as you can see, that is higher than last year, higher than
Still 300 fewer tests. Wow.
So from the students that were tested, the 417 students, this is just a breakdown of their scores that they received on the exams. So the number of students that scored a 1, a 2, and so on. So this just shows that the majority of our students are scoring within that 2 to 4. And then to take this a step further, we just have a breakdown by subjects and what the scores were within each of those subject areas. And principals and schools, of course, get this data as well, and so they're able to analyze their data, make plans for the coming school year. So this next piece shows Scott County High School, and this is the percentage of total AP students with scores of 3 or greater. Here we can see in 2023, we're about 49%, and in 2024, we're at 66%. That is higher than the past 5 years. They've made great gains in this area. This is the enrollment for this school year for AAP at Scott County High School. There's a total enrollment of 303, and those are duplicated enrollments. We're adding Spanish and adding French. At Great Crossings High School, here we see that the students who scored the percentage of 3 or greater in 2024 was 64%, which is maintained from last year. And
Do we
here are the courses.
I'm sorry, excuse
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
Do we have many kids? I mean, what kind of percentage are we looking at with kids who are scoring 4? Instead
Before-
of just a 3, yeah, 4.
Well, I think, that, yeah,
So if we
it's
go
combined as 3 or
back-
better. Is that
Okay.
what-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wondered if we had it broken down.
Yes, there it is broken down.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll take a look at that slide. Thank
Okay.
you.
But yes, these graphs are 3 or greater.
Okay,
combined.
yeah.
It's
So-
this, yes, 3 is considered a passing, most, but not every
Three
school
is
takes a
credit.
3.
Yeah,
just
not every
depends.
school takes it. just
Some
call it-
schools require
some do.
higher scores, yeah.
Aren't scholarships based on 4 or 5
Ki-
too?
Keys money is 3 or better, right? But
Okay.
different universities just require different.
So here are the courses for Great Crossings High School this year, and the enrollment of 308. They are adding music theory and environmental science. Elkhorn Crossing, they have 29% of students scoring 3 or greater, maintained.
Why are they taking it at ECS? Or are you just pulling that out because that's where they took the course?
They only offer 3 classes at
Right,
ECS
right.
for AP.
So they
some
actually
of these-
administering them there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So some of these kids are Scott County High School students and ECS, they're in
Sure,
both.
right. I just wondered because normally we just do the 2 schools, so I didn't know if that was, anyway, you're good. I got it.
Okay. So the total enrollment is 108, and they are adding biology this year at Elkhorn Crossing. So if we're looking at beginning of the year AP enrollment, 2023-24, we were at 688. 2024-25, that's 719. And again, those are duplicates, so Wendy Holbrook could be in 3 of those classes. With AP, we honor students 3 different ways. They can be awarded AP Scholar with honor, and AP Scholar with distinction. This year, if we look at our scholars, we had 70 total scholars with an average score of 3.74.
Now, remind me, I want to say that's up from last year, isn't it?
It is up from last year. We had 59 scholars last year. We were able to increase that.
Okay, so moving on to dual credit. This is just some refresher from last year. There is a dual credit tuition rate ceiling. It actually went up $2, so it is $95 per credit hour this year. Students in grades 11 or 12 can get 2 free general education scholarships this year, or you can get a work-ready scholarship that will pay up to 2 career technical education courses per year, and that's actually for students in grades 9 through 12. So dual credit end of the year enrollment, we have the last 2 years, and you can see overall that we had an increase of a little over 500 students taking dual credit courses last year. And this year, on our campuses at ECS, we have 6 teachers who teach dual credit. That 3 in a parentheses there, that refers to 3 teachers who facilitate a virtual online class. They are not the head instructor. They're there in the classroom to support. Last year, ECS had 10 dual credit teachers total with facilitators. Great Crossing High School Last year, we only had 5 dual credit. They have 6 teachers now. In Scott County, last year had 1 teacher, and this year we have 2.
Can you go back to the previous screen? Sure. So, one teacher had 672
No.
students last year?
No, that's total enrollment on and off campus. So that
Okay,
includes
okay.
BCTC,
Going over the, okay,
EKU.
because okay.
That's a great
Give
analysis.
her a bunch.
I'm telling you.
I want to meet that teacher.
I know, I was gonna say.
Well, no.
Sorry,
No, and actually,
Well, and
I'm-
we were
I'm
getting
dense
ready
when
to,
it comes to it, yeah.
talk a little bit more about that too as well, because it does get kind of confusing. So here is a breakdown by each campus, the teacher who teaches dual credit, and the courses that they teach. And here in that shaded oval, you'll see total course offerings on and off campus.
Okay.
So like Scott County High School, you may notice that they only have 2 dual credit teachers,
Mhm.
but they actually have students enrolled in 69 different dual credit courses. That has increased considerably. I know that when my daughter took dual credit several years ago, there was only a short list of classes that she could choose from for dual credit. Well, now the colleges just open the catalog. And you can take any of those courses that you want to take as long as you meet the prerequisites, you meet the admission criteria, and then with those scholarships as well, that helps. So we have kids who, there might just be one kid, well, we have one kid taking aeronautics from EKU.
Okay.
So, but that's why Scott County High School is able to provide all those opportunities, is because it's an open catalog, basically.
So they're transporting themselves to the BCTC campus
Yes.
at Lanes Run for
Well,
those
no,
courses during the
so if you are a BCA student, so that's like what we used to call the middle college students.
Right.
We offer them transportation because they go
Sure, for
for a block of time. Students, other students who are not BCA can ride that bus if they're willing to stay all afternoon
Sure.
at the campus. Other students do transport themselves, or a lot of these classes are online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
When
then,
they're taking them,
no, go ahead, Wendy. You're
when
fine.
they're taking them online, are they just like staying in the library?
That is up to them. They can be at home if they want to do it at home, or like at ECS, we have those 3 facilitators who are there with them. So it just varies from course to course, school to school, student to student.
it also allows students to co-op and that as well. Like Ashton Holbrook, my daughter, she is able to take an online class and in campus dual credit, and then she co-ops. So
And then remind me of something else. So let's just say, I don't know, Miss DeMel's History 109 at Great Crossing. Not everyone in that class is taking it for dual credit, or is that the case? So example.
This is a dual credit course, so
Course.
it could transfer for a credit if that student chooses to do that.
Right, but I mean, so she's got 30 students in that class. Are they all in there for dual credit, or are some just taking the course and some have paid
No,
the $95
all
to
of
get dual
that
credit?
class would be dual credit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And would that translate to is there any overlap there with AP as well? So if somebody's teaching an AP US history class, could 6 kids pay the dual credit and that curriculum overlap?
We
or
don't
is it
have any
all
courses
separated
like
out?
that right now. We're able to offer them all separate. It's
Okay.
either an AP or it's a dual credit.
Okay. I was just thinking if there were trouble making a course, getting a course to make, in terms of numbers, if any of that was going on, but if we're fortunate enough
No, we're
not to
not
do that,
having
that's
to do
great.
that.
Okay.
And then, of course, these are our partnerships.
and that concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Patty, no, at this time?
Very informative.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Number 19. Approved clinical.
18.
I'm sorry, excuse me, I even have it highlighted.
You're good.
I apologize. Number 18, approve to renew Inova Healthcare Services, Inova Employees Assistance, IEA, for 2024-2025 school year. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 19, approve clinical education affiliation agreement between the University of Kentucky and Scott County Board of Education.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 20, approve clinical practice between, I just do that. What number am I on, 20 or 21?
You're on
You're on
20.
I'm
20.
20.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
sorry, I'm so lost. Goodness. Approve clinical practice agreement between University of Kentucky and Scott County Board of Education.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 21.
So on this item, this is one that, when we have agreements, we have many agreements with a lot of service providers. With this agreement, this had been one that we looked at annually, but last year Josh did some work to make it to where it would auto renew. Josh was satisfied with the I don't know, the language in it better last year than this one that they have pushed out to us this year.
I see.
And so there's been some discussion, but long story short, this is one that I'd say we let just die on the vine and move on to 22.
I'd like to go ahead and read it if that's okay, and I'll leave off approve. Memorandum of Agreement between New Vista of Bluegrass and Scott County Board of Education. Number 22, approve Memorandum of Understanding for a secondary dental program, School Smiles Group Incorporated, and the Scott County Board of Education, subject to any revisions negotiated by the superintendent or designee.
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 23, approve agreement with Whitco District Health Department and University of Kentucky Adolescent Medicine and the Scott County Board of Education for the 2024-2025 school year. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 25, approve memorandum of understanding between Kentucky Initiatives for Prevention, KIP, and Scott County Board of Education.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 25, approve change to technology-related charges for the 2024-2025 school year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 26, approve changes to substitute teachers' salary schedule for the 2024-2025 school year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 27, approve emergency certification for 27A through 27I.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Me heartburn.
Motion carries. Number 28, a move to approve, excuse me, everybody, I'm not talking straight tonight, I apologize. Number 28, approve to create the following positions, 28A through 28J. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Green. Number 29, approved committed funds as of June 30th, 2024.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 30, financial report. Hello, Gina. Thank you. Number 31, approve current bills.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 32, approve items for surplus as submitted.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 33, superintendent's report.
So I'll start off with the 4T announcement. We had the 4T Academy announcement and event at Toyota. Thank you to those that were able to make that. I realize it is during the summer. It's crazy time. I think it happened to catch me between being two different places, but it was a very well put together event, and we're really excited for that. In fact, that would be something that would be nice for you all to get a chance to come and just take a look at, especially to know what the space used to be before what the space is now. So, PD Palooza year 2. So this was the second year of PD Palooza. We made some tweaks, but that was a wonderful, wonderful event. And again, kudos to Stephanie and her team for really carrying the load on making that just an outstanding event this year for our staff. Cultural Leadership Opening Day, we made a few tweaks to how we did opening day. Overall, we tried to keep some things such as just having a nice full breakfast for everyone in their schools as we did last year. No issues there. New Scott County High School ribbon cutting. Thank you all for the flexibility. We were trying to do it in such a way, knowing that we had the community open house coming, handle it in such a way that we could get it done before the first kids were officially there. So, no better way to do it than literally 5 minutes before they walk through the door. So thank you all for helping out with us on that one. Human Resource Leadership, we've been monitoring. We're day, 6 into the 10-day count. So we're monitoring student numbers to ensure that our staffing meets our protocols there. And then construction meetings, we've had a lot. We've had impromptu ones that weren't really scheduled until maybe 24 hours the day before, if that. But it's really come together. And again, we're working through some hiccups, but all in all, we're really pleased with where we are at this point. CKC monthly meeting for collaborative leadership, that was just the other day. And I just wanted to say thank you to Paul and Deborah. They came and they presented to other superintendents about the value of the CARS visits. And that's essentially, it's CKC's staff coming in and just really spending some time there at the school, poring over documents at the school to get a feel for anything that they feel they can provide in terms of ways for us to continue to do better. And they shared our experience with the process, and very helpful, very helpful. Appreciate that for sure. And then last but not least, influential leadership. We've had everybody wants to talk new high school, so we've been making ourselves available to them for those discussions. We talked a little workforce and we talked a little new school year. So excited, certainly very excited for us to be back in session for sure. So that is it.
All right, thank you very much. Number 34 is board comments. I'd like to jump off and start just very quickly. Listening to comments this evening from concerned citizens and hearing some things as we start school. We're 7 days in, and yes, we do have some kinks that we do need to work out, and I just want to say wholeheartedly, all kids matter, all schools matter to us. Unfortunately, we've had a couple schools that maybe have had a few extra bumps, but I'm very, very confident with the staff that we have and the leadership that we have that will continue to strive to make all of our schools very successful. And I'm very excited about that. There's so many good things that are in the works, and I know we talk about that often, but when we're 7 days in and we're just trying to work as quickly as we can to make sure everybody is safe and healthy and fed, and teachers have all the resources that they need. We were able to do the 8%. We've been very fortunate that this community has supported us in our 2 tax raises. And we're very fortunate for that, because we wouldn't, it's almost, I don't want to say embarrassing. We've got 2 brand new high schools. I look at Garth Elementary and, I look at that building and I'm super proud, because I still get comments from people saying, when are you guys tearing that down? I hear you're tearing it down. I'm like, for the love of God, we just put in brand new windows, and they didn't cost $8 million, because I've heard that too. But we're trying to do the best that we can. The leadership does. I know our staff does. Our teachers do. Everybody just truly cares, and all kids do matter. And I just want to emphasize that again and again and again. And we'll do the best that we can. So with that said, Miss Eleanor Ratliff.
First of all, Dwayne, what kind of summer did you have?
Summer? Just a little bit.
I would really like to, you all do just the best job. But Dwayne, I know it was a tough summer.
More ways than one.
Little girl leaving the house, so you still have one bird at home, don't you? Okay, so, but anyway, you did a phenomenal job. I mean, I know that it had, but I just would like to compliment you for all that you've done. So thank you so much, and I'd like to give you a hand.
Susan?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Wendy?
As an educator, Scott County alum, I'm just very proud of Scott County High School. Just walking into that school, seeing what the students get to see and be a part of. It's amazing. I was in a local restaurant and got some ice cream and met a student that goes to Scott County. I'm so proud of that school. And she's like, I love it. We love it. We're so excited. And, you know, for students to say they're excited to go to school, I'm really proud that we work together. And I want to thank everyone that was a part. I really appreciate it. And then just being that I work in a different district and I sweat in my building every day, I just want to say thank you that we have the very best facility. And I know we did raise taxes, but I'm just counting. We have all kinds of new projects going on simultaneously. And it looks good. And we did a wonderful job. And I just want to thank you as the leader of our building and our school and our district. You do a wonderful, fabulous job. You communicate with the board. You know, he leaves nothing unturned. We know what's going on. And so I just want to tell other people, maybe you just need to open up an email or computer or something, because we are communicating. Our leader is communicating. And I just want to say kudos to you and to Diana as a board chair. She's always calling and making sure that we understand. No, and I appreciate it. We have 20, 30-minute conversations, and then I'm asking her questions. So, yeah, and she does it. And so we do move rapidly, but it's like behind the scenes, we are doing a lot. So I just want to say I'm very proud to be a school board member and be in buildings that are beautiful, and teachers don't have to sweat when they're teaching their students at high levels. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Becky?
Amen. If I may, just a couple of quick things. One, I know Liz Southern Alderman recently so to give us this information. I am very much also, Kentucky School Board and in the latest one, it had a very nice looking sign or which that says no. Public
Can I have it? It's a good thing. I just wanted to address consistency. I'm in a school building in a different district, and within 2 years, we've had 6 principals. And I'm one of the teachers that stayed. And I know that we get concerned about being consistent, but children are resilient. And the people that stay love the children and make a difference. So as a person that is dealing with that, I understand, and I'm really, and Southern's my baby because we went to school there. You could probably still smell Mr. Wise there.
Probably. I can still smell him when you say that.
I can still, I smell, when I think about him,
yeah.
I can smell him. But that
It's
school,
cologne. It was everywhere.
and again, We love that school,
Really
so,
strong
yeah, we
cologne
wanna
and
make
a
sure that,
toothpick in his mouth all the time.
yeah. So, but I just want you to know, children are resilient. They will come, they will do whatever. For those 3, 4, 5, how many people are stayed, y'all just love on them babies. Love on them babies, and they will survive, and things will be better, and consistency will happen.
All right, well, thank you. We are now on number 35, moving to closed session pursuant to KRS 61.8101F, review of expulsion. And you are all welcome if you'd like to leave.
Well, actually, you don't have to go home, but you got.
Tell us when we're live action. We're live action.
Move to reconvene.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Are you okay?
Here, I got you.
Oh, she's got you.
I can't speak. She's falling apart. Let's get this meeting.
My little wall. Are you going to sing?
I was just.
Thought he was getting ready to sing a song.
No, no,
Okay.
you don't. No,
Sounds
it's okay. Number 37, possible action following closed session. Number 38,
I move.
Second?
all in favor? Those
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Meeting's over. Thank you
Later,
very
dude.
much.
Good night.
Hopefully I can find my speech next time.
Can we put